up in vibration and frequency, right? So it's an inner work. Ascension has been called many things throughout history, such as attaining enlightenment, God realization, reaching nirvana, Christ consciousness, becoming a yogi. Yoga means union with God, and so on. In alchemy, this process is referred to as transmutation, the magnum opus, or the great work. It is defined as to perfect any substance, creation, or situation through its transformation back into its essential divinity. To me, alchemy is being able to transmute a negative to a positive using the power of love to create miracles in your life consistently. Alchemy is taking your pain and turning it into power and purpose, taking your lessons and experience and turning it into wisdom and knowledge for more joy and satisfaction in your life. Many ancient texts speak of striving to attain this perfected state of being, Christ consciousness, nirvana, enlightenment, whatever you choose to call it. But few are credited with achieving this exalted state. Christ, Buddha, and Krishna are the iconic examples. Many yogis have followed rigorous disciplines to attain enlightenment. However, the alchemical approach is similar to the method Michelangelo, an alchemist, used when he sculpted his masterpiece, the David. He found the perfect stone and knew his David was inside. His task then was simply to carve away everything that was not the perfect essence of the David, which I commented on someone's post today, and it's about saying something about, it's about peeling away the layers of who we're not to remember who we actually are. That's what this spiritual journey is all about, this human journey. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, right? So that is the task at hand. We must purge, purify, detox, and release everything that is not true to our pure divine essence, which is love, which is that we have come to know as God. And everything else is an illusion, you guys. We must remove all that is finite to free the infinite within. Yep, it's about peeling away the layers of who the world taught us to be, who we've been conditioned to be, and actually stepping into who we are, which is the I am. This great work of transmutation, and also I just want to mention there's 3 stages to alchemy: the black, the white, and the red. And so the black is the dark night of the soul. That's bringing up all the darkness, all the ugliness within yourself, all your shit, right? Bringing that to the light to then be transmuted in the white stage. The white is the purification period, the healing period. A lot of us are going through that period right now. We've been healing, and as we awaken to more truths, deeper truth within ourselves and the world, right? And so we're purifying, the healing. And then the red is the final stage in alchemy, which is really important. It's the integration period, to integrate it into a new identity, into one mono personality moving forward, so you can move beyond the past and what you believe to be true previously, so that you can create something new in your life, right? So let's see here. The great work of transmutation or ascension includes the detoxing of all of our bodies, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, you guys, and the releasing of our shadow body, the shadow work, like I was just saying, the dark night of the soul, right? So this becomes highly important as ancestral miasma and past traumas surface to be released and purified. We're carrying a lot of stuff from our parents, our grandparents, and all of our ancestors. All the information's passed down in our DNA, and it's creating our reality. It's contributing to the creation of our reality. We have to release and heal old wounds and traumas, correct the misalignments, and dispel inorganic attachments to all our bodies. We're energy. We get stuff stuck on our bodies. You know, anger is an energy, is a dark energy. Guilt, bitterness, shame, unforgiveness, resentment. These are all dark energies that hold on to us and suck the energy out of us, and situations we've been through and people in our lives. And so we have to release the pain body and the dis-ease, because when we hang on to these things, spiritual things cause dis-ease. I always say that spiritual disobedience, or I forget what the quote that I say, but yeah, holding on to these things, unforgiveness, bitterness, guilt, shame, causes physical dis-ease in the body and from all of our bodies. So we must end the mind control programming, limiting belief systems, and artificial timelines we have imprisoned us in a dream spell of spiritual misconceptions from our rewritten history. History is a fucking lie. If you saw that video that I posted, it's on my timeline about the earth being flat, and it goes through everything and it connects the dots so beautifully. We've been lied to. That's why I choose to homeschool. Everything we're taught in school is a freaking lie. The medical industry, the criminal justice system, all of it, right? But that's all crashing down and we're creating the new earth. So focusing on that, right? But we've been lied to. Artificial timelines have us imprisoned, rewritten history, and false tyrannical gods. So, of course, and religion is used as a form of control. We must purge limiting beliefs and practices that have kept us enslaved in the victimizer's roles, and end sexual misery programming. Yeah, we think we're victims. We're not creating this. It's something outside of me. We must end the misogyny and the division of our own inner masculine and feminine. We have masculine and feminine both within each and every one of us, the left and the right brain. And it's kept our bodies locked in duality. Duality, polarity is simply believing that there's right and wrong, good and bad, which is still a hard concept to grasp. But we must embrace all life, our Mother Earth, as a living consciousness and her diva spirit, and surrender our will to the divine will of God, of God's natural laws, the law of one and oneness of all of creation. Yes, so there's divine cosmic law, universal law, and that is the only truth, and it is the I am. It's all one consciousness. There is one truth. It's that we're here. We don't know really anything else. All we know is that we're here and we're creating, and that's obvious because, I mean, women on here, y'all know we create life, and that's really powerful, right? So we must. I was looking for Lay. She's back there on the trampoline. We must integrate our brain and our heart to be of service to others rather than egotistical, living in our ego, right? It's about being of service to others because we are one. We're all connected. That's why you're supposed to love your neighbor like yourself and treat others the way you want to be treated and all that good stuff. Instead of living in our ego is formed in the first 7 years of life. All the beliefs that we get dumped on us from parents and teachers and religion and everyone around us, right? But we have to integrate. We must become one. We become one. Separation is an illusion. We're all connected to each other and to everything. It's an infinite field of pure creative conscious energy. Everything's energy, frequency, and vibration. E equals MC squared. Just like, what's his face said, Albert Einstein. So as the frequencies increase, making ascension more readily accessible, your life may become more and more challenging because of all your underlying issues, shadows, and dis-ease will surface from examination, healing, and transmutation. But isn't it much better to free yourself from this darkness once and for all rather than smearing honey over pus and limping through life? The truth is, if you are not consciously choosing ascension, you are passively consenting to descension. Let me say that again. If you're not consciously choosing ascension, if you're not consciously choosing to grow and level up in life, you're gonna descend. You're gonna stay stuck in this old earth that is falling away. The earth that looks like it's falling apart, it's not really falling apart. It's just the demolition process. It's the tearing down of the old so that we can create the new. It's like when you tear down an old building, you gotta throw up fences, everybody stand back. It gets messy, right? But you gotta tear it down, level out the foundation so that you can build the new. But the secret to change is not to focus your energy on fighting the old, but on creating the new. You don't sit there and then cry over the building torn down. You focus on starting to build a new one, right? So it's about leveling up in many aspects, healing and But isn't it free yourself? The truth is, if you are not consciously, said that again, not consciously choosing ascension, you're passively consenting to descension. The choice is yours, so choose wisely. All right, especially right now, we have this opportunity to move into this new earth that's already here, and it's a earth that's based on love and truth, and the old earth is based on lies and fear. It's a fear-based narrative. If you look around, everybody's living in fear and creating from that space. And that's not a good space to create from. We want to create from love, because that's a more beautiful world, right? So, who hath ascended up into heaven or descended? Proverbs 34. But there's a lot to this. I'm going to read as much as I can. Ascension has often been depicted as some blissful place in paradise where you go when you die or drop your body. You get to hang out there with the ascended masters and everything is perfect. All you have to do is just wait for Judgment Day and the second coming of Christ, and then poof, voila, you're there. You're raptured into paradise. The truth is that the kingdom of heaven is within. Yes, and that's biblical. The kingdom of heaven is within. Jesus said that the kingdom is neither here nor there. It's laid out on the earth and man does not see it. It is a level of consciousness. It is in your mind. You create it. So we can create heaven on earth or we can create hell on earth. The choice is yours. Better world for humans. Yes, we are coming into the new earth. Moving out of the age of Pisces, the age of deception. It's all astrological too, as far as where we're aligning astrologically with stuff up in space that I don't know a whole lot about this, but I know that each age lasts 2,160 years. We're currently coming out of the age of Pisces. We're moving into the age of Aquarius, which is the age of the water bearer, and the water bearer is pouring new knowledge down to earth. That's why we're seeing people start to wake up and start to question the old narrative and the old ways of being and doing the systems. It's the systems, all of them, right? So it's not a place we go when we die. It's here. The truth is, it's within, and you actually ascend or inwardly ascend by becoming the embodiment of these higher frequencies of the love and the eternal living light of infinite source, or God, or universe, or whatever you choose to call it. You do not have to die and drop your body. The only thing that needs to die is your finite identity or ego. You're called to put off the old self to take on the new self with a new mindset created to be like God in all righteousness and holiness. It means to put off your ego self, your limited self, the old self that with the bad habits and the misperceptions of who you are, right? It's not a place you are taken up to. It is the penetration of eternal rainbow light frequencies that infiltrate every cell of your being, transmuting you or making you inwardly lightened or enlightened. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. We come to earth to learn, grow, expand, and evolve and achieve enlightenment ultimately. So you do not have to go to church or a synagogue or a temple to receive this. You are the temple, the house of God's light. Your body is the temple, so your DNA is an important factor in your ascension and was purposely left out of all the spiritual texts. Yeah, they take a lot of shit out the Bible, try to hide it, to distort it, right? And the fact is that all Christ avatars incarnated into Christ's bodies were bodies that held 12 strands of crystal DNA. So crystalline is a fourth stage of matter. Where matter forms in crystal-like forms, and we actually have crystalline DNA. They say we have junk DNA. It's not junk DNA. The original human blueprint had 12 strands of DNA that have been disconnected in our ancient past, leaving us with only the 2-strand double helix DNA. And so the sunlight actually carries information. Right? You think of, a TV, light frequency carries information to a television set, to a radio station. Information's all around us, like Wi-Fi. I can't see it, smell it, touch it, or taste it, but it's all around. And so, where the heck was I? The DNA. I was talking about DNA. Light. The light codes coming in carries information, and we can activate new portions of our so-called junk DNA to reach more of our full potential. So we have yet to really scratch the surface of what humans are capable of, because we've been dumbed down, drugged up, and disempowered. But that's all changing because we're waking up and we're taking our power back. And so 12 strands, they gave them the divine technology to perform miracles. So it is key to your ascension to maintain your pure organic genetics that can evolve and not allow AI gene therapy injections to enter your bloodstream where they fuse your organic genome and mutate you. Yeah, so when all this stuff happened the past few years, I was talking about this too. Y'all know what was going on the past few years, those things that you got that were genetically modifying DNA. Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on. They're really doing their best to keep us from making the ascension because the powers that be are losing power. And there are many ascension tools available to assist you in this inward ascension process of allowing more light to enter your cells, accruing more silicone-based genetic material, building your rainbow plasma light body. So yeah, because we're made out of light. It's just, there's a lot. I'm going to see what I can skip over here. I'm not sure. There's a lot to this. Oh, your third eye, you guys. There are disciples, practices, and meditations which can help you activate the frequencies of your rainbow plasma light body and your 12-strand silicone-based genetics. Open your third eye. Your third eye is your eye of intuition. It's your eye into the spiritual realms. It's your sixth sense. It senses energy. Y'all know we can feel energy. When you step into a room, you know if somebody's happy, you know if somebody's sad because you sense their energy, right? Some of us are more intuitive than others. We all have spiritual gifts, though. You know, it's not bad or wrong to be a psychic. These are spiritual gifts that we have. People sense things, people hear things, people see things. We've been taught to suppress these gifts. You know, we've been taught to suppress our creativity, our inspiration, enthusiasm, our connection with God, the source, love. We've been trained to just conform to the ways of the world. Nope, you got to be this way. You got to do it this way. Send your kids to school. You know, have your babies in the hospital and send them to give them vaccines and send them to school. And you just go to work and make your money and be a good little citizen and just conform to the ways of the world. And we're giving that system power. So as we wake up and start to move away from those systems, they're losing power. Okay, so awakening your third eye and all the things. The babies are sleeping, so I don't know how much longer they're going to stay sleeping. But it talks about raising your frequency through diet. You know, of course, you want to eat like high vibrational foods, more natural foods. Try to stay away from freaking GMOs. Everything's freaking genetically modified anymore. I am reading from this book again, The Infinite Human, The Ascension Guide. Jessica. Yeah, and heaven is a state of mind. It is. It's a level of consciousness. As within, so without. You create your reality through the inside out. So literally, we're creating hell on earth collectively. We each create our own reality individually, but then we have a collective narrative as well. We all agree that this is the way the world is. This is how it works. This is, you know, and so it is. We believe it to be true, and so it is. Because we're that powerful, which is flippin' mind-blowing. We're taught that we're powerless, that we don't have any control over any of this, that it's something outside of us, that we're not worthy, we're not enough, that we need something outside of us to save us, to forgive us, that we're sinners, and we're, you know, yeah, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. So, helping the flow energy, in this time frame, higher frequencies are entering our planet with such force, it is impossible to avoid them. Our vibrations are rising. We're rising in vibration, each and every one of us individually, collectively, and eventually we're raising the entire planet into higher frequencies. So these energies are displacing the lower densities and toxins inherent in your 3D body. So the task at hand is to make the transition as smoothly as possible by releasing, purging, and detoxing physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. This often causes what is known as ascension symptoms. This is your body, mind, and spirit's way of naturally throwing off your lower densities and synthesizing the into higher frequencies. This will require you to constantly upgrade your life, your diet, your environment, your thoughts, your practices as you outgrow your finite container and expand into infinite consciousness. You level up. You got to change. You got to change things about yourself. It's all you. It's all you. When I say it's all you, it's all me. I'm creating my reality. My thoughts, my decisions, my beliefs, my choices have led me where I am today. I created it. Holy shift. And if I'm not happy where I'm at, guess what? I get to choose to create something new. And I have to constantly upgrade and change my beliefs and my habits and my patterns according to what I'm choosing to create. And so I want to take a moment to stress the point that everyone's body is unique, just like your thumbprint. And one person's medicine may be another person's poison. So tune into your body to see what you need in terms of food, supplements, exercise, environment, etc., etc. Yeah, some people say don't eat meat. Some people say I need to eat meat. Some people say, don't this, don't that. It's so tune into your body, your inner guidance. Use your inner guidance system, your own connection with God, the source, or whatever you choose to call it, and just trust that. So tune into yourself. Let's see, it keeps 30 minutes to the breathing, doing breath work, tune into your body, mind, body, and soul, see what works best for you, learning to access your intuition. Of course, I was saying opening the pineal gland more. You may require more rest or grounding and being in nature or walking barefoot. Meditation and mindfulness as you're going through this process. A lot of people are going through the ascension process right now and moving into the 5D, the higher realms. The 3D earth is all about fear, survival in the lower vibrations and frequencies, guilt, shame, unforgiveness. As we move up, we clear out the shit and the stuff we've been through, our trauma, and shift our shit. We move into higher frequencies, joy, peace, happiness, contentment, fulfillment, gratitude, and ultimately love. Love being the highest frequency in the universe. When we vibrate the frequency of love, we are one with God, the infinite source, whatever you choose to call it, right? Insert which word feels good for you, right? It doesn't matter what we call it. We love to label things, try to figure them out. We cannot label all that this truly is. We cannot label this. If we try to label this, it limits it. We're freaking miracles. Like the fact that we're even here and that living, breathing, walking, talking miracles, biological software, our minds are supercomputers. My God, like wake the frick up, people, But seriously, man. And so that's the thing. We think we're powerless, that we have no control. What can I do? Well, I can't change the world. I'm just one person. Well, yeah, you actually can. And it starts with you, and it starts with me, and it starts with each and every one of us individually, instead of looking outside of ourselves, saying, well, this got to change. It's that person. It's this person. It's the government. It's the president. It's the world. No, it's us. We are the change. We must be the change that we wish to see, and that creates a ripple effect in the consciousness. Since we're all connected, as we change ourselves, that spreads out. People feel that vibration, and you're healing yourself, you're healing others, and you're healing the world. And so it's going on. It's talking about breathing, like I said, and food, and ways to, as your own frequency becomes more refined, you may become increasingly more sensitive to harsh environments, foods, products, and people. Things are going to fall away. You're going to be like, nah, it's not for me anymore. You may need to remove yourself from toxic people, places, and things as you climb in frequency. You may find people, jobs, and environments releasing automatically from your life. Let them go, knowing that when the time is right, they will be replaced with something much better. Or they'll level up with you. They'll choose to change with you. But some suggestions to support your ascension process: breathe, continuously breathe in the breath of life, pure, clean, fresh air, and exhale your toxins unhindered. So just continue to breathe in all things good, releasing everything that's no longer serving us. She recommends distilled or alkaline water. I'm definitely going to be looking into getting a water system when we move. That's like one of the first things I want to do. Either an enagic system or a miracle water system that turns the water into living water, restructures molecules of the hydrogen and all the things. So eat good organic non-GMO food, whenever possible, because man, oh my God, literally everything in the dang store is genetically modified. Shit I used to buy that wasn't genetically modified is now genetically modified. But healing journey, so you may be guided to use some you can use tones, frequency sounds, or music to support your healing. On YouTube, frequency healing music there's all types of affirmations and stuff you can listen to. You may draw a team of support or a coach. I consider myself to be an ascension guide, helping people to shift. Like I said, we're shifting out of the 3D into the higher levels, the 5D dimensions. We're moving from fear to love, ego to soul. We're moving from material world back to spirit, back to God, right? That's the ascension process. That's what this human journey is all about. So you're your own expert and the owner of your body. You must ultimately decide what is right for you. You may decide you need an operation, a therapy, or a treatment, but whatever you do, take full responsibility for your health and ascension. Begin to research, experiment, and find out what is right for you. It's your job and the most important one you have. The greatest gift you can give the world is that of your own transformation. Who said that? Lao Tzu or Rumi? One of them. As the mind evolves, so shall the body. As it ascends, the body requires more nutrient-dense foods and vibrations. Yep, your body needs to be lighter to be able to ascend. Yeah. So, lots of water. The water is really important. Highlight. Let's see, I'm looking, kind of just skipping. Oh, there's highlighted stuff here. It says if you have Wi-Fi, unplug the modem, turn off your cell phones, and even unplug lights at night. It says to do this because of the EMT, the electromagnetic frequencies, the 5G that's being put out is messing with our bodies, because we are electromagnetism. Our bodies we have a North Pole and a South Pole, same as the Earth. And we're channels for divine light information, and we have an electromagnetic field around our heart. What happens is when you're in fear and survival, all your energy is stored in your bottom chakra and your root chakra, and you're depleting the energy around your heart. That means that you're more in fear, more survival, and you're more material and less energy. So you're forcing creation. You're not able to attract things. Your heart is closed off. That's not a good, when you want to create, you want to have your heart open, right? So Amadeus, it's cold out here. Rose out here in a t-shirt. Okay. Uh-oh. What happened? What did I do? Oops. Okay, I'm back. Get back here. So it says, to make sure you protect yourselves and our children from toxic radiation of the EMF waves, the 5G, and that you can get organite. There's different things that you can have in your house to protect you from the 5G and all that stuff going on. So use technology responsibly. It is becoming increasingly more important that we protect ourselves and our children from the toxic radiation. I just said that, but yeah. Be in nature, it says, because if it's a problem, move, it says. Leave big cities and be in nature. I'm so glad we're out here. I know that God, this was all that infinite source, God, whatever you choose to call it, put us here at this time specifically, because this is where we're meant to be. So it says grounding, get outside in nature, hug trees. It's because we're connected to everything. And like Pocahontas said, we are all connected to each other in a circle and a hoop that never ends, right? Circle of life. We're all connected. Commune with nature. Rejoice with your fellow human beings. Laugh, sing, dance, and celebrate life. Let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. Hippocrates said that, but that's not what this says. It says, where was I? Let your food be your medicine and detox your body with natural herbs, homegrown if possible. It says this in bold capital letters, get the metals out of your body. Get the metals out of your body. There's a lot of aluminum and mercury and all types of stuff in, what can I say? Can I say vaccines on here? I really don't give a shit anymore. Vaccines, okay, there's heavy metals in them. products that we use have a lot of heavy metals and things like that. So detoxing to get heavy metals out of your body, there's ways that you can do that. Zeolite powder, she talks about, which comes from volcanic ash, but there are ways to do it that work best for you, and that's crucial to get these metals out of our body. So let's see, more and more people are experiencing brain fog and losing their ability to focus or even think. So if possible, live in non-toxic areas that have natural blocks to radiation, like trees, volcanoes, mountains, etc. Yeah, it says sleep, meditate, and heal, because your body is morphing and assimilating to higher frequencies. So like the caterpillar, you may need long periods of cocooning, right? You need those times of solitude when you're going through the stages of alchemy, when you're going through the dark night of the soul. You need to be able to reflect and regenerate. So I'm going to skip through. Dan Brown only scratched the surface of Leonardo da Vinci's code in the book. Skip that. What does it say? Secrets exposed and the source of his genius. Michelangelo has left many esoteric symbols in his artwork. Yeah, there's so much stuff. Guys, if you have not, please watch that Flat Earth thing. It's like 5 hours long, but it's totally worth the watch. We've watched it like 4 nights just to like make sure we're getting it all and picking up where we left off. It really connects the dots, the ancient civilizations and the buildings and how the structures, how could we fall for all this? Like, the ancient structures, they tell us they were so primitive and they didn't have technology. It's bullshit. They were far more advanced than we are, because the pyramids and all of the like older structures that have this, we think they're religious symbols, like crosses or like the cross with the moon. They're not actually religious symbols. They're metal electricity conductors. Those buildings were actually drawing in energy from the ether and harnessing it in these buildings and sending it out worldwide. So we were told that they didn't have these things in those times, but they were far more advanced, especially spiritually even, than we were. But let's see. Is there anything else right here? I feel like it's just talking about different cultures, the magic triangle, and the ability to rise above the duality and the world of illusion. This can only occur by seeing both the light and the dark and transmuting them. Have you guessed what it is yet? The pineal gland. Okay, so also the pineal gland, also called conarium, epiphysis cerebri, pineal organ, or pineal body. In health, it is a small fluid-filled gland the size of a grain of rice. It's covered with tiny crystals resembling a pine cone in shape. Okay, so yeah, the pineal gland has tiny little calcite crystals that, when activated, pick up on higher frequencies. It's like any piece of technology that we own has crystals in it. Televisions, phones, all the things have crystals. We also have crystals in here. When activated, we can pick up on higher frequencies in the universe. Hi. The pineal gland. All right, so throughout history, it has been highly coveted. You'll see the third eye on our money, above the pyramid on our money. You see the Illuminati. It's like the Illuminati symbol. It's the Eye of Horus. It's been called many different things. It's a symbol of ancient secret knowledge. It's not anything bad. Yeah, there are those who have kept this knowledge and wisdom to themselves and used it for their own benefit. But again, that's all coming to an end. Those systems are, at this time, as we transition and we are awakening, those old systems, the powers that be, you could call it the deep state, the cabal, whatever you choose to call it, those old systems are crumbling and coming down. So most humans do not process a healthy pineal gland anymore. It has been reduced to a clarified hardened stone that sits in the gland, right? Because like fluoride, for example, is a neurotoxin, and it calcifies the gland. It's not actually right here. It's like inside in the back, but we picture it always as being like right here. but it's calcified because of things like fluoride, neurotoxins. They hardened it up, obviously shutting us off then to spirit and to higher frequencies, keeping us in these lower frequencies on the earth, frequencies of fear. And like I said, fear is the main narrative. It's a fear-based narrative, which is a lie, because love is the only truth, really. It's been reduced to it's been rendered inoperative throughout the years, right? So it's been poison, fluoride put in our water, toxic aluminum, and other artificial ingredients in our food, and our metals put in chemtrails over the air, glyphosate from pesticides that's sprayed on our produce, along with a host of other ingredients which are found in prescription drugs and vaccinations. This is all being cooked on irradiated with increasing toxic 5G Wi-Fi frequencies. To top it all off, the COVID test requires swabs containing an assortment of AI, parasites, and other toxins such as graphite, ethylene oxide, and to shove deep into the nostril canal, penetrating the blood-brain barrier and directly infecting our pineal cavity, further contaminating our pineal glands. Yeah, so I was aware of that. I have never been tested. I would never allow one of those. I did not get a single injection. Y'all know I don't do those things.
You got me one.
No, I freaking didn't. The vitamin K. The vitamin K he might have had. He got me one. I did not know at the time when he was first born, but thankfully he did not get the hepatitis B. We were able to dodge that miraculously, and then made the decision to not vaccinate at all. And so, yeah, but we did not get anything to do with whatever was going on the past 3 years, that whole thing. But so, why has this highly sought after gem been so purposely hijacked? Well, I said that briefly, because our pineal gland, it's the source of melatonin, or hormone derived from tryptophan, that plays a central role in the regulation of the circadian rhythm, the roughly 24-hour cycle of biological activities associated with natural periods of light and darkness. So the separation of darkness into light, ancient rituals and secret societies would enclose initiates in the dark for long periods of time, then suddenly expose them to the light to aid in opening their third eye. This ritual is still performed by secret societies today. The Catholic religious tradition is intricately interwoven with pine cones, perhaps most predominantly atop the sacred staff carried by the Pope himself. The coat of arms of the Holy See, found on the Vatican flag, among other places, features a stacking of 3 crowns suspiciously similar in shape to the pine cone. The very name, Holy See, appears to be a direct reference to the third eye. It's the all-seeing eye, right? The pineal gland has long been really enigmatic structure. The 17th century French philosopher René Descartes wrote that the pineal gland is a seat of the soul, where Michelangelo placed the almighty pineal gland, Michelangelo placed the almighty inside an anatomical replication of the human brain. He was not stating that our brain was God, but as an alchemist, he was alluding to the fact that our pineal gland in the center of our brain is a radio to God, our direct communication with infinite God source. Could our pineal gland be the magic key? So I said that is our connection. It's our intuition. It's our eye into the spiritual realms. It's our connection with God, the spirit, right? So let's look at the true meaning of the word Christ and what the Christ meant when he said, "Seek the kingdom of heaven within." I gotta move. I'm out here on this beanbag. Hold on. Where was I? Meaning of Christ. Okay. In ancient Greek, the word Christ means the anointed one. The pineal is a pine cone-shaped gland which secretes a yellow or golden fluid like honey. Let us look at the symbolism behind the crucifixion of Christ and its correlation to what goes on inside of our body during transmutation. Yeah, so the it's the cerebral spinal fluid. What do you call that? What the heck is that called, you guys? Okay, never mind. I'll think of it in a second. According to the Bible, Christ was crucified, died, and was buried, and on the third day he ascended. Oh, the Kundalini energy, right? People think that it's bad, it's something evil. It's not. It's representing the ascension process. It's the representation of the cerebrospinal fluid. Is the baby? I think the baby's awake, you guys. I gotta jump off. Truth, love, and light. Have a namaste. Gotta go. Talk to you later. Bye.